which tarot deck is best? Everyday Witch versus Green Witch. Alright, in this review we're going to talk about the author, artist, publisher, packaging, cards, artwork, and then a little final comparison. You might notice right off the bat with these two books next to each other they look very similar, and that's because they're made by the same manufacturer, Llewellyn Books, and printed in China, and I would say they're kind of like a medium range price point if you want to buy this particular type of deck, which you get a lot. You get the box, you get this beautiful book, and you get the cards inside. You don't have a separate tuck box inside. The cards just sit in there. But yeah, so both of these decks get a similar kind of packaging, and as do all of the decks by this manufacturer. So if you wanted like a midpoint package for buying tarot, this is a great option. I just got a little bag to keep my cards in so that I could access them a little bit more easily, and I also used a Sharpie to make the edges of the cards black, which I wanted to do to personalize this deck. You can do it or not. So Deborah, Blackie, and Elisabeth Alba are the duo that created this beautiful deck, which a lot of people use it online. It's very popular, and you can see why, because the illustration is just absolutely gorgeous. It's close to the traditional tarot in terms of its interpretations, but the illustration is very unique, and it's also it's cartoony, but it has this realism and depth to it that's really nice. So yeah, the booklet is fully color, which is really awesome as well, so you can just sit down and read through it. And it's got some quotes, and it's got, the name and the number of the card, and things to consider. So it's very thought out and comprehensive in terms of that. Now I'm switching over to look at the other book from the Green Witch. So we have just been looking at the Everyday Witch, and this is the Green Witch. And I think this came out prior to the Everyday Witch. And it's interesting to look at one publisher and see kind of how their styles change. So this is black and white, but still similar, and a lot of content and a beautiful representation of the card imagery. And then here's a couple cards next to each other. This deck goes a little bit further. For example, here we have number 6, the Lady and the Lord, which if you don't have the major arcana memorized and you don't know how to translate that in your head, you kind of have to look it up in the book, and the interpretations are a little bit unique, which is cool because it's a witchy deck, right? The Green Witch. So you're going to get a little bit more of that knowledge base in the booklet that you wouldn't necessarily get in an everyday tarot. So if you're interested in that kind of witchy stuff, then this booklet is going to be for you. The illustrations are really beautiful. They're a little bit different. They're not as cartoony. And the back here kind of gives you a sense of the difference, where they're both illustrated, but the Everyday Witch has a little bit more of a cartoony, playful feel than the Green Witch. So I'm curious, which one would you like to buy, one or the other? And why? I don't know. My answer is going to be the same for every single one of these reviews. When it comes to which tarot deck is best, I'm going to say both. Why not go with both? Use them together. They pair so nicely. Okay, thanks.